Okay, today we will be interviewing Beowulf. So Beowulf, what was your father like?
He was a good man, and I guess, he taught me everything I know, and I guess he expected me to be great and powerful, so he didn't name me the same as him. He knew I'd be, a great leader, and I had these supernatural powers.
Okay, what came to your mind when you heard the stories about Grendel?
You know, I was worried for the people who inherit, but I thought this could add to my legacy. I could become even more greater than I already am, and I can defeat him easy. It won't be too hard.
Were you nervous when you got on the ship to go slay the hideous creature?
I wasn't really nervous. God gave us great omens. He sent us, on a calm sea, and everything was just good from the ride.
Okay, how did you feel when you had seen what he was capable of?
I wasn't too worried I had put my faith in God's hands, and I knew I could beat him. I even fought him, on man to man, no weapons.
Did you ever have second thoughts when the time came to battle?
No, when it came to battle, I was ready. I was determined to beat him and free Herod of their worries and add to my legacy.
Okay, had you ever been close to Hrothgar before then?
Not really. He's my cousin, and so I had heard really great stories about him, and I knew he was a great king to his people, and he took care of them very well.
Okay. How long did the battle between you and Grendel last?
It didn't last too long. It wasn't that hard of a fight. I let him, think he was in it for a little bit, and in the end, I just grabbed onto him and didn't let go, and he tore his own arm off.
Okay. Did you ever have any thoughts or assumptions as to where Grendel's father might have been since he was not in the picture?
The only thing I was worried about was if I killed all of them, if I had rid Herod of its troubles. That's all I was worried about.
Did you ever wonder who his father was because everyone has a father?
Not really. He could have been the spawn of the devil,
Okay.
I don't know.
What emotions were you feeling when you became king?
I was a little proud, happy, honored. I don't know. It was a bunch of emotion. I didn't know how to deal with it. I just went on with it.
So would you consider it a burden or an honor or maybe both?
It's more of an honor, because if I look at it as a burden, then I wouldn't be a great leader and I wouldn't treat everybody right. And it was good.
Were you ready to be king?
I guess not really, but you can never be too ready for anything. I just had to go with it, work my magic.
Can you explain what you saw when you met Grendel's mother?
It was this big, beastly woman who really, at first I didn't get to see her too much. She grabbed me and dragged me under, so I was kind of just struggling a little bit. And I wasn't really looking at her. I was more worried about not getting hit or trying to kill her.
Okay, so what was going through your head when the two of you were battling?
When we were battling, I wasn't too worried for it. I knew that God already had planned out for me. Either he was going to let me live or he was going to let me die. I knew he was watching over, and I wasn't worried too much, just looking for an advantage over her.
Okay. Did you at any moment question whether or not you were going to come out on top, or did you think that you were just going to lose the battle?
I am Beowulf, so I was pretty much thought I was going to win. But as I said earlier, I put it all in God's hands. It was fate. It was destiny either for me to win or lose. So in the end, it worked out really well.
Okay. If you could, would you ever go back in time to be young, strong, and to battle again?
I think I would. add to it so I can make my legacy greater and yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Beowulf. Okay, so now our interview for Wiglaf. So, Wiglaf, how did you meet Beowulf?
Well, he picked me to be one of his mighty men whenever we went to go kill Grendel.
Okay, so how did you two become so close?
Just over the years, whenever he became king, and he was a great man, and he just kind of took me under his wing, and I was kind of like his second man.
Okay. Do you ever worry for Beowulf when he goes into battle?
Oh yeah. He's getting so old. I mean, he's gonna do one too many. I know he will.
My understanding between the two of you is through every battle, you and Beowulf are side by side. Why?
We just become close, like you said. We've become close over the years, and I think it's just that friendship right there. You know, is lasting, and we've got each other's backs. We're like brothers.
Okay, so how do you feel going into battle?
Well, I'm usually pretty nervous, but whenever I see that leader, great leader Beowulf, coming out there, he looks like he's ready, and so it gives me a little bit more courage.
Okay. Have you ever gotten so nervous you wanted to change your mind?
Yeah. That's the thing about the old Beowulf is he always knows how to, get you going back the right way.
I understand that the Geats couldn't defeat Grendel on their own. Were they scared they wouldn't make it out of the meat hall alive?
Yeah, they were all scared. We were all scared, except and you know who?
Beowulf.
Beowulf. Yes, he was not very scared, but I mean, Grendel killed everybody that got in his way. He picked up 15 men with one swipe in each hand. I mean, that's some pretty radical stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's some pretty radical stuff.
A few Geats did not make it out alive. Tell me what did you feel for the loss of the few warriors?
It was horrible. I mean, that's something that I'll never forget, and I definitely feel that loss. I've had loss myself.
Yeah, I think we all have. When Beowulf tore off Grendel's arm, did you assume Grendel was going to die, or maybe he might choose to change his ways of killing?
Nobody comes back from an arm injury like that with no medical supervision.
Okay. Well, he's not exactly human, but...
He's not exactly human, but he is half, and I figured that was enough.
When you went with Beowulf to the water where Grendel's mother lair was, how did you feel?
I didn't want to go. But I was gonna follow him to the end, but he said that he wanted to do it alone.
Okay. How did you feel about Beowulf going into the battle with her?
Well, he came out pretty clean on the other side with the battle with Grendel, but it ended up being just such a different battle, because Grendel's mom was so much more powerful, and I didn't know it was gonna be like that. I thought it might just be like the same battle with Grendel, pretty easy.
So you didn't
I wasn't
you didn't expect
crazy
him to
worried
win?
for him, but after a while it started getting a little bit scary when he'd been down there for a while.
Okay. Did you ever at any point lose faith in him when he didn't come back up for a while?
Oh, no. There's no way you could lose faith in that. It's too much power right there.
Okay. What emotions and thoughts filled your head while he was battling Grendel's mother?
Yeah, I was worried. Like I said, I didn't ever lose faith that he would come back up, but I was starting to get a little worried because, I mean, being under for that long, that's bad for anybody, even him.
Yeah. Tell me how you felt when your dearest friend and warrior passed.
Well, I mean, how do you think I felt? It was that was hard. It was hard for all of us. He was our king and our leader, and it was just tough.
How did you feel when Beowulf passed his kingdom onto you?
I don't know. We'd kind of talked about it before, but it was still a huge honor, especially following up somebody like him. It's hard to follow up somebody as great as him.
Okay, well, thank you, Wiglaf, for your time. Okay, now we'll be interviewing Grendel's mother. So, exactly how did you feel when your son was gruesomely murdered?
I felt very sad and horrified that someone would hurt my baby. I was so filled with anger.
Did you ever have a problem with the villagers before then?
I mean, they didn't like me at all because they think I'm evil. But I do not think that. I think I'm like everyone else.
Okay, so explain how you felt about Beowulf once you found out it was he who had taken your son's life.
I wanted to find him immediately, and I wanted him to pay for what he did to my son.
Okay, so where in all of this was Grendel's father?
Well, that's a long story. If you do not know, Grendel's father was not in the picture in his life because he had other duties he had to continue on doing.
Okay. So, with you being demonic and all, did you ever love his father?
I think at one point I might have loved him. Once I saw how he really was, I hated him with all my heart,
So
and I
you
didn't
just-
want my son around that.
Just let the love go.
Yep, just dropped it.
Were you nervous when Beowulf appeared in your lair?
Nope. I figured I had it. I've never lost a battle before. I think I was able to fight him.
So you had no kind of thoughts that maybe you would lose this battle at all?
Nope. Thought I could take care of myself.
As you were dragging him down, did you automatically assume this battle was going to be easy for you?
Yes, I did not know he had powers of being able to breathe for long periods of time underwater. I thought that it would be easy to suffocate him.
Once you just got him down deep into the water.
Yep. And it's cold, so I figured it would slow his heart rate down. And
Okay, so was the battle actually easy for you?
no, it was pretty difficult. I was very surprised.
Okay. Did you think you had won since the battle was taking place in your lair?
I thought I had the upper hand. Being in my lair, I knew the surroundings, and I know what I can do.
Okay, so why didn't you have other monsters join in when you were battling Beowulf?
I figured I needed to fight it out myself since it was my son and my business. I didn't want to drag other people into it. And I felt I had everything under control.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate you. Till next time.